And welcome to another episode of The Journey so far. Today we have bass player and jazz musician, James Dent, on the call. Thanks for being here, James.
Hey, thank you for having me.
We're going to talk a little bit about James's journey through the Confident Musician program as part of the Megalove Universe, and he's going to share a little bit about his story and what it was like for him. So if you out there watching this back might be interested in coaching and you resonate with James's story, please reach out to me if you need some help. Alrighty, James, share with me, please, what frustration or challenge you were having before you started working with me.
In the couple of months leading up to starting coaching, I'd been booking a few gigs for myself here and there, but it was all pretty average gigs. You know, the music at them was all right, but not great. The atmosphere was all right, but not great. I didn't really know how to promote them, and they were just average gigs, and they were a good place to start from, but I was getting a bit tired of them, and I kind of wanted to build into something a bit better, more legitimate, something where I felt my skills should be lining up with. And then came across Confident Musician and Mr. Brett Cusack, Megalove himself.
Thank you.
That's all good.
And so what was it like having those problems and not being able to solve them or not knowing where to go and what to do?
It was the lack of direction that was killing me a bit. Like, the problems themselves I could put up with if I knew that I was progressing past them, but it felt like I was just ending up booking the same gig just at a different place. Felt like there was no growth, no progress. That is the worst thing.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing. What changed after you started getting some coaching?
Obviously, the gigs upgraded. Sort of goes without saying. Sort of the first lot of coaching, there was a lot of self-work going on, substantial amount, and it was really, in essence, valuing yourself as a person, and via that, getting better gigs. So you value yourself, then the value that you bring to the table, and then you're like, yes, I am worth more than these pieces of junk that I'm doing. I should do better. Once you see yourself in that way, I think it's easier treating yourself how you see yourself.
And just for anyone that's never done any, let's call it internal work, that might be a bit confusing. Like, what do you mean I need to work on myself on the inside to have better quality gigs on the outside? What would you say about that process for someone that's never done something like that before?
Separate to Megalove and Confident Musician, but I would say get yourself a copy of Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Start there, change your life drastically, become a disciple, and then...
Tony Robbins' disciple.
Yeah, and then end up going on that journey. But yeah, it's really just a process of analyzing and reflecting your own thoughts. And from there, you notice what you're thinking, you think about what you're thinking, like that metacognition stuff. And then, you decide if it's valuable or if it's something that you've outgrown or that you didn't want in the first place.
All right, awesome. Definitely understanding what's happening inside, obviously seeing it reflected in the type of gigs and the quality of gigs and maybe the financial return from those gigs as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Take us to a moment when you started to realize that your sessions and your coaching was actually starting to help solve this monotonous gig challenge.
After one session, to summarize the session, it was basically get off your butt and do the stuff. And so I got off my butt, I did the stuff, and I booked a significantly better gig, I would say. Yeah, better gig. Ended up, I had better people playing with me, and just everything about it was like, I don't know, 50% better. Like, it was markedly better after probably only a month or so in the program, which was good.
Just to encapsulate that, can I dig a little bit deeper into that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, I gave you that accountability, but what were those things that you needed or you didn't realize you needed?
I don't think I was lacking in skills.
Yep.
I think I was lacking in knowledge of application more than anything else. So it's I'm not the kind of person who struggles to talk to people. Totally fine, and I can do the business stuff. I know those skills and I have them, but it's taking it into the context of music and that application. It felt like it was something different. And I suppose in a small little way it was. Asking for a gig is kind of the same as asking for a job, or at least that's how I see it now. But at that point, I was just like, I only know how to ask for a job. Wonder what I'm going to do about music. There was that kind of thing. Yeah.
All right, cool. And so what's life like now that you're getting better quality gigs? These challenges now starting to be solved. You've got these other extra skills to add.
Life's pretty good, not gonna lie. In terms of my gigs and I also play solo gigs, and in terms of those gigs and what I'm doing with my small little circle, everything's going sweet. It's a good place to be in my life.
Awesome. And so how do you feel now as a result of that?
You're always going to have problems. I think I just upgraded the problems quite substantially.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's the name of the game, isn't it? My job is to help you move to the next level so you get the next level problems. Hopefully I've prepared you with some tools to be able to deal with those things. Do you have anything else to add on anything that we did, anything that sort of stood out that was useful, valuable, or interesting?
Could I offer advice for the next lot of participants anyone who watches this, physical notes are your best friend. You should treat them as such, because the thing is, you can go back and look at the physical notes, take lots of notes, keep your notes somewhere safe. Yeah, just go out there, do the things. Don't be afraid. You are a valuable human.
Nice one. And I also, just for anybody else watching, I do send recordings of sessions as well. So anyone who doesn't like taking lots of notes, you got the video there as well. What advice would you give somebody else who's seeking a mentor or coach?
It's important to find a coach that resonates with you. Most coaches are going to find out where you're at, what you need, and they'll be able to say, I can help or I can't help. But it is really important that you find a coach who's on the same wavelength as you, and also one who can be a friend, not just that guy that you hired in to be a consultant. Would highly recommend, jump on a quick little Zoom call before you start coaching, just to see, are we cool? Are we on the same wavelength? Do we laugh at bad jokes together? Like, all that
We've
stuff.
laughed at a few bad jokes together,
man.
haven't we?
Boy, oh boy.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciated helping you along your journey. I think there's a few things that I've shared with you that I wish I had a coach when I was your age. So thanks for being part of the Confident Musician program inside the Megalove Universe. I wish you all the best and stay in touch. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for all you do.
My
Take
pleasure.
care.
Thanks, James.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.